Hey, my friends, Steve Havill, coach, consultant, and ambassador sharing the love. This week, man, I want to talk about, are you playing a big enough game? See, they talk often, you hear life referred to as the game of life. How are you playing life? And what game are you playing? And if you're not sure of that, man, that's what this conversation's about. In my videos, I often talk about, let's get to what matters. Let's get to something meaningful. Let's talk about something important. Well, this is the most important conversation I could bring to you, which is the game of your life and how you're going to play it. So the first thing is, what game are you playing and whose game? Is it the should-be game, the game of getting the right degree, getting the right house, having the family, having the good job? You know, that may or may not inspire you. I'm talking about a game that lights your head on fire, shoots flames out of the top of your head, that you know that every day you're shooting out of bed to do what you're doing and be who you're out to be because it makes you feel alive and just inspired to go and contribute. So that's the big thing is, first, whose game are you playing and why are you playing that game? Do it for your own reasons. Do it because at the end of the road, you're going to know that you left it all on the court, that you made your impact and you made the difference you were out to make. See, you'll know if it's big enough once you defined it. And so that's the big thing is, how do you define whether you're playing a big enough game? See, I've been blessed to have some amazing mentors in my life, some people that have influenced me in such powerful ways. One of my greatest influencers and mentors, Brendan Burchard, talks about the 3 questions that you'll ask at the end of your life. He wrote some amazing books on it, he's done some incredible programs, but his questions were, did I live, did I love, and did I matter? And for him, it all happened during a car accident that caused him to really think ahead, to project himself to the end. And that's what I'm encouraging you to do. See, for me, I know what that is, and that's what has me charged to get out and contribute and take risks and be courageous and make crazy videos like this, which is, did I share the love? Was I authentic and powerful and courageous in sharing my unique expression of love? Did I keep it real? You know, was I authentic? Did I create a space for people to also be real and authentic and playful and fun? And did I live my dream and be a catalyst and inspiration for other people to live their dream? See, once you know what those 3 things are, that's your North Star, man. You can aim your purpose in a particular trajectory to contribute powerfully, to really serve greatly. And that's what this week's challenge is about. It's about moving past where we often get stuck, which is either we don't really have a clear plan or we're busy working our butts off to build somebody else's dream. So it's about moving beyond the distractions of life, the shiny ball syndrome of the internet and the browsers and the apps and all that stuff, and getting into what matters most, to getting down to your 3 questions. So this week's challenge is 3-part, my friend. The first is, what are your 3 questions? When you project to the end of your process, when you get to the end and you've lived a rich, full life, how are you going to measure your life? How are you going to look at those 3 things and say, I did that. I delivered the goods on all 3 of those things that I said my life was going to be about. See, it's important. Take the time. Could be one of the most important, meaningful exercises in your life. How will you measure if you left it all on the court, if you made your difference in life? What are your 3 questions you're going to ask yourself to measure your impact, your contribution, and if you lived a rich, meaningful life? The second part is, how are you going to define that? You know, a lot of times you could say, oh, I want to be a great parent. Well, as an example, well, you know, what's the evidence? How would you know if you're a great parent? You know, what are the markers for that? Create some criteria, some signs that you can look for across your life to say, you know what, my kids come up to me and say, I love you, Dad, you're great. Whatever that is, create a criteria that helps you define if you've been successful at making your impact, and then measure yourself week to week. Give yourself a little 1 to 10 ranking on how I did on my 3 questions each week. Have some fun. Bring your wife into it if that's the case, your kids. Be a catalyst for people really adding meaning in their life by looking at their life through this lens too. But how you define it is number 2. And then the big one is number 3. Decide based on what you've decided and how you've defined it, is the game you're playing big enough? If it doesn't light you on fire, I'm just being courageous enough to say it's not big enough. You got to define something that compels you, that lights you up inside, that makes you want to launch out of bed and make that difference and pursue whatever it is that's going to take you to the next level, whether it's meaningful work, whether it's being a bigger contribution in your community, however you can serve greatly, because more often than not, it has to do with contribution and service, making your difference, bringing your tools, your unique gifts, your unique expression of purpose, and serving the world. So it's time to take that game to the next level and to define it and to play your game and to play it boldly with your heart and your soul and everything you've got. Tap into your higher purpose. Tap into your higher power. Get out there on the grid, contribute, share your gifts boldly, and make your difference. You know me, I'm Steve Havill, coach, consultant, champion of Share the Love, and I'm here to tell you, just like I do every week, get out there this week and every week, share the love. Keep it real and live your dream today.